Hi, my name is Jason Whiting. I'm excited that you registered for RA 130, International Tourism. This is a fantastic course. I really enjoy teaching it, and I'm really excited to have you enrolled on this online course. We've got not too much time together, and so hopefully we can make the best of it. The course starts tomorrow, which is the 28th of December, and so hopefully you're seeing that on the 28th tomorrow. What I'm going to do here, I just want to kind of walk you through and present you with an overview of the Blackboard Shell and kind of break down the course and tell you kind of what the important things are. So here on the home page, we see that you just got a couple announcements. If you go to the announcements here, there are, first off, just some information about this textbook. This is a very inexpensive text. If you don't have a copy, you need to get one immediately. Get expedited shipping or try and get one local. Here is the calendar for the course. So here's all the dates. Some of the dates that aren't on here mean that we don't have anything scheduled due to holidays and that type of thing. Here are the topics that we're going to be covering, and here are the readings that come out of either some case studies that I've assigned and uploaded on Blackboard or out of Becoming Worldwise, the BWW. And then here are the assignments due and the learning objectives that correlate with those assignments. So starting off, you can start off right here. If you're obviously seeing this link here, you can see how the course is broken down by grade. This orientation video is also on there. Next, we have the course learning modules. This is going to be your day-to-day place. This is where you're going to want to go. So here in the sidebar, this course learning modules. Once you go on the course learning modules, you open that up. Each day of the course is accounted for, and each day has a learning module that has information for that day and kind of tasks to do for that day. So if you just log on, you complete the things in there for that day, you're going to be all right. Okay, so for example, this first learning module for December 28th, each learning module will always have these assignments and activities, and then it'll list them for you to go ahead and do. So this Welcome to RA 130 is on there, and then there's a mini lecture, which is essentially just a 4 to 5 minute, try and keep them relatively short, mini lecture that condenses down all the material that I just kind of run through for that is relevant for you to know. So you can watch those as many times as you need to. Also, this is a personal profile blog to kind of get us started off. I'd like you all to answer these questions in a couple paragraphs, upload a picture, just so we can kind of start establishing a learning community together. And then there's a PowerPoint here as well. So that is the first learning module. And then as you go through, there will be just different learning modules every day. Some of them will have some video clips like this one. Others will have case studies, mini lectures, PowerPoints, and then the quizzes will actually be administered under here as well. So while I mentioned that the quizzes are embedded within the learning modules, the exams are not. The exams take place right over here. Cool thing about the exam, since it is a condensed learning opportunity for you, I've allowed you to take them multiple times, 2 times to be exact. So you can go through it first, once, see how you do, and then you can retake it again. And hopefully you should do better the second time around. Okay, so that's kind of a basic overview of the day-to-day operations. One of the things that I didn't mention though was the discussion boards. So most days we'll have a discussion board assigned, and the discussion board, if you follow that link here in the sidebar, you can go through, and it has a date and then it has a prompt, and there's 2 parts to the discussion board. You read this prompt, the initial prompt, and you answer the prompt. Okay, put your initial response to my question or what I posed in the prompt, and that needs to happen before 5 p.m. And then before 12 p.m. that night, you need to respond to 2 of your peers' responses. All right, so in an effort to kind of bring together this learning community and learn from one another. So there's actually, every time that there's a discussion board due, there's actually 3 things that need to happen. First, your initial response, and then second, 2 other responses to peer review or to peer responses. Okay, or to peer posts. I'm sorry, I didn't phrase that properly. The next thing that we have is, and this is the other big part of the course, is we develop a foreign travel plan. So the idea behind the course is to prepare you, one of the things behind the course is to prepare you to embark on a journey to a foreign location. And so a lot of the content will kind of prepare us in talking about cultures and differences in the way people live across our global community. In the past, people have used these learning project or these foreign travel plans to actually go and travel abroad. I had a student last summer that went and lived in Iceland, and because that's where he did his foreign travel plan. So it was cool. He got to use his itinerary and a lot of the material to go and actually make his trip become a reality. So the foreign travel plan, there's a final polished foreign travel plan that is conducted, and that's uploaded on the last day. And in preparation for that, there's a preliminary report number 1 and a preliminary report number 2. And so if you go here in the sidebar to this foreign travel plan and you click on that, there's a wealth of information that I provided for you. There's information using the Google Apps for this, so I just really encourage you to go through these documents, and these have just very detailed step-by-step instructions for how to create a Google Doc. Okay, you have to be logged into your Google Apps at Fresno State, and you have to create a Google Doc in a way that others can view, because I would like to provide in-text feedback, but also your peers and you, for 2 other peers, you will be providing a peer review for their projects as well. So in order to walk you through that, I have videos here, so you can go to this Google Doc video. This is just a brief tutorial that I've created for you so you can make sure that you're doing it correctly.
Hello, class.
For example, so this is going through talking about a lot of the different, or the way that you need to create a Google document. All right, so as I mentioned, there's 3 parts. There's the final Google document, or the final foreign travel plan, and that essentially just consists of the 2 preliminary reports, the first and the second, put together in a polished version, and that's the foreign travel plan, and that's due the first or the last day of class. But starting off with preliminary report number 1 here, if we go to preliminary report number 1, we have, this is essentially the report. You have location, motivation, globalization, grammar, and quality. And you have the length of the pages here. And if you just follow this and use these as subheadings, you're going to be just fine. And then also you need to go ahead and create your plan, or create this report, and then in your group section you'll have preliminary report number 1, and I've organized you all into groups with 2 or 3 people in each group, and you will need to upload in the discussion board within your group, upload your link to your document. That is a link that other people can edit and provide feedback on, and then other people can go in, and I can go in and see your document. Okay, so that's the first one. The other really important part about this is the day after the preliminary reports are uploaded, there's a peer review due. So you will need to go into your group, and either 1 or 2 people will be in your group with you, and you'll need to give feedback on their papers. Okay, and that feedback takes place in a couple different ways. Okay, the first way is you actually go and click on their link, or copy and paste their link to their Google document, and then you'll read their Google document, and you can comment and enter suggestions in the body of their text within their Google document. And then the second way is to actually leave feedback in this peer review form. So here in the sidebar, just under foreign travel plan, this says links to peer review forms. So in the syllabus schedule, where it says conduct a peer review, you're going to leave in-text feedback. That's the first thing. And the second thing is you're going to click here and fill out this form for each member of your group, either 1 or 2. So you'll say, oh, the person who I'm completing my report for is John Doe. So we'll say and then we'll go through and say, please rate, and so you rate, and then you give them qualitative feedback in addition to the quantitative questions that I have here. So you're going to provide that feedback for them, and that's really important so they can polish that product or that first preliminary report and enter all that feedback in so they can enhance their paper for the final foreign travel plan. So that preliminary report 1 is the first part of it, and that preliminary report 2, here, let me show you that. Preliminary report 2 has different content than number 1, and it builds on number 2. So the first one talked about motivation, location, that type of thing. Number 2 talks about personnel, so who are the people that are going to be involved in your travel, risk management, logistics, impacts and ethics, and then obviously the grammar, that type of thing. So that is essentially the course, and I'm sure you're feeling a little overwhelmed with the Google aspects of the foreign travel plan, but I would just encourage you to go here and just follow the steps. I've put a lot of time and energy and worked with a lot of people at Tilt and in providing a lot of instruction on how to go about and create this assignment. If you follow this Google document video and complete it, then you'll have no problem at all. So that is one other link that I'll put in here after I complete this video is for the sample Google Doc. The sample Google Doc is just to ensure it's a blank page. It's just to ensure that you go through the steps of setting up a Google Doc that people can enter and edit and leave feedback in, okay? Because that's one of the biggest hangups. If you don't enter or create a document that other people can leave feedback on, then this whole system doesn't work. The peer reviews don't work. Everything doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, and if you haven't done it right, then you don't get credit. And so and we can't, with such a short time span this course is offered in, it's really important that you create the document in the appropriate way. So I've assigned a Google sample document, and that's just going through the process of creating a blank page with your name on it that people can go in and enter text and feedback in with kind of minimal points assigned to it. So I'll also enter a spot here for the Google sample document that's due in the syllabus. I'm available via email, and I look forward to getting to know you through your personal profiles and also the work that you submit. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. But that is all for now.